So we got another video here of the lefties losing it. They just won't say the truth. I don't know why they're so terrified. I know why. They're terrified to say the truth because then it admits that they're the bad guys and that they have been fostering this type of culture because they refuse to even engage with it and call it what it is. And they don't want to look in the mirror because whenever you hold the mirror to the left, they shatter it from the sight of themselves.
Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, Robinson had become more political and had started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders. This resulted in several discussions with family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robinson said was a stupid venue for the event. Robinson accused Kirk of spreading hate.
Now we know what we knew about the assassinator of Charlie Kirk, and they just won't stop lying. And I don't know why it's so hard for them to just admit the truth. But luckily, Scott Jennings is on the case, and he refused to let them gaslight him or the audience, because that's what they want to do. They want to gaslight you, and it's just absolutely disgusting. These people disgust me, man. This guy deserves to have people tell the story with the facts, and they refuse to do it. That's why YouTube is becoming like one of the largest platforms. People don't watch the news anymore. They watch the news on YouTube just to see people roast these people because they're such absolute retards. All right, we have this insufferable white liberal woman, and she just refuses to say the truth. It's just infuriating that these people, they make this more than it's out to be. And what this is only doing is making people look up their own to see what's going on, because they're like, why am I hearing these people say we don't know nothing, and then I'm seeing other reports saying we know all this? It's like, dude, because they're lying to your face. They're lying straight to your face.
The idea that we have to be at each other's throats politically, I think that's a dangerous place to be.
Why did I do it? I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out.
So can I ask you? So
he has
Scott, just explain what you just read.
That is the message that the shooter, Tyler Robinson, sent to his roommate. That is what he said. He also engraved the word, "Hey, fascist, catch," on the bullet.
Antifa.
For 10 years, we have heard nothing from the left but that Donald Trump is a fascist, Republicans are Nazis, authoritarians, destroy the Constitution,
but that's
bloodbath,
so
dictator for a day. And he wrote it on the bullet.
So can I ask you?
And he's been obviously marinating in some kind of information that radicalized him based on what he heard in the air in this country.
So does the shooter who assassinated Melissa Hortman, who was a stated Trump supporter, whose room...
You know why she's so... Okay, let's let her finish.
Said
Are you trying to equate these two things?
Yeah. Can you let me finish my thought, please?
Please.
We're talking...
She's sitting there interrupting him the whole time and then gets triggered. See, Scott, he's a gentleman. He knows how to... It sucks because you know they're telling him just... Whenever the women interrupt you, it's okay, but you're not allowed to interrupt them.
Two people in politics who both...
I'm asking you, does that shooter represent the entirety of the MAGA movement? Of course not. I would never argue that. I don't think you would argue that. So why is it acceptable to use this moment to argue that somebody, a sick individual who committed a horrific...
Okay, first of all, the woman that she's talking about, the left didn't care about her. The left ignored her. The left forgot about her. That case was months ago, but you know what they cared about more? Their No Kings protest. That woman's murder that was done by a guy that was used to work for Tim Walz. He wrote a letter to the FBI saying this has nothing to do with Trump, and Tim Walz gave me the list of people to assassinate. Yeah, they leave all those convenient facts out. And somehow they're running with, I don't even know, these people don't even know what they're talking about.
How do you know he's sick?
Is somehow Are you here to argue for his sanity?
I'm here to argue. All I know is what the prosecutor said today. He read very lucid messages from a shooter who was motivated by political hate, who had a plan to get away with it. He did not sound like a deranged person. He sounded like someone who had decided to take it upon himself to rid the world of someone that he hated politically, that he thought that the world would be better off without that. That's different than some deranged lunatic showing up off the street.
His actions were horrific, but to assign the specific, hateful, violent, awful actions of somebody on an individual on the right or an individual on the left,
I don't know that you're right about what happened in Minnesota.
The political conversation is incredibly dangerous.
She just flat out lies and tries to assign it to that weirdo. The guy that wore the mask of the Breaking Bad. I'm glad he pointed that out. He does good. That was good to say. I don't know that you're right. She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
And irresponsible in this moment.
Well, I think it's dangerous and irresponsible.
And you know who did care about that? I did. I did a video on it, and nobody watched it. I cared about that woman because I care when people are politically assassinated. You didn't care. You didn't say anything about it. So shut the fuck up with your virtue signaling bullshit, dude. Trying to both sides of this shit. We're so fucking done with you guys trying to both sides of this. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
For nobody to take responsibility for 10 years of the use of the language, fascism, Nazi, authoritarian, so on and so forth.
Facts.
It's on the bullet case.
I have seen nothing but Democrats in the wake of this murder saying that it was awful.
You've seen nothing?
I have seen them
literally
what
nothing.
a liar. What an absolute liar. We're seeing thousands of people get fired. Teachers, nurses, doctors. Thousands upon thousands of people are getting fired. You see nothing but Democrat. What a crock of shit. This woman's so fucking full of shit, it's coming out her ears, dude.
But it was horrific that they condemn it, that they are sorry for his family, that this is an awful moment in the country. I've seen President Trump do nothing but say it was the Democrats' fault.
Can I just jump in here for a second?
He said it was the far radical left's fault, you dumb fucking retard.
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to read the words of someone who I think is very wise in the way.
This virtue signaling bitch. Watch the look on her face after she's done saying this. She's like, I got in there.
Of 2019 and the killing in El Paso, he wrote, "We have to stop blaming the politicians we loathe for the vile actions of the deranged, evil people who commit mass shootings." He went on to say, "But here's the thing. We should not, the rush to rage against Trump and the predictive punditry that he will inevitably fail to unite the country seems counterproductive to people who want a meaningful policy outcome. All politicians have a responsibility to ratchet down their own rhetoric and to ask their supporters to stand down as well." And that man was Scott Jennings. And so what I would say about that is those were wise words then, and they should be wise words now.
I don't disagree with any of that. What I am not happy about is that we have the shooter's words. We know what he put on the bullets. It's very, very clear what happened.
But they won't do it.
There is a movement by some people to completely say, well, we have no idea.
Scott,
and we do.
Hold on. We have the floor. You can have the floor back. But here's the thing. I had to really struggle to understand all of the details that were on those bullets.
Because you're a retard.
Internet memes.
No, they're not. Oh my God, the Chow Bill Chow. That's an Antifa theme song. And then he has a furry thing. Ooh, looks at bulge. That's a weirdo furry thing where they look at each other's bulges of a guy wearing a costume hiked up so they can see his package, his pee-pee, his peen.
Video games
all
that
leftist
people
shit.
Way younger than us play. Okay, there is something going on,
and it was a Helldivers
merging with the real world in really strange ways. And I'm interested to know if you.
It's just like, oh my God.
Grappled with that. I'm not sure it fits quite neatly. We think about the world in a certain way, right? We came up in our politics.
The mom's lying, the dad's lying, the friends are lying, the gay boyfriend is lying. Everyone's lying. Except for, there's no other narrative being told here. There's no other facts being told here. But for some reason, these reporters have failed to do their job for the last 8 years know the narrative. I want you to understand that these people that have been telling you the border was closed for 4 years, they told you Joe Biden was he wasn't in a cognitive decline. They told you Hunter Biden was the best son in the world and that he never had a laptop from hell. These are the people telling you that they know better than what's written all over the wall.
In a certain way. And now this kid's age are stewing in something different.
I am only reacting
you're a boomer.
to what I have seen and heard out here for the last 8 years, which is nothing but Democrats and liberal pundits and supposed analysts assigning the word fascist to Republicans from Trump all the way down.
Yeah.
I see a shooter who's engraved it on a bullet. I have a shooter who sent a message to his roommate,
Scott,
whatever. I've had enough of these. I'm
Scott,
simply suggesting that we stop looking the evidence in the face and saying,
I understand that
gee whiz, what happened
but
here?
Shut up.
Language has been
bitch.
used
We know.
on all sides. I mean, the person who have, the people who have called President Trump a Nazi was his present vice president and his present
Oh my God, here we go. Yeah, and then he changed his opinion, you idiot. Does he still say that? These people are, like, seriously, this mongoloid right here that it has so much Botox in her face that it's, like, blocking her brain from having critical thinking skills. They love
health and human services. So, I mean,
they love to just,
language
like, he's like, he
is
can't believe it. It's
a
like,
problem. There's no question. I think what everyone is reacting to here is the fear that the use of this is going to make it so that you are now targeting people who aren't involved in this at all.
So we can't tell you the truth because we're afraid that you guys might use it against us. We don't want to tell you the truth because we're afraid that you might use it against us. These people, seriously, like, I just can't. I know why boomers watch them, but it's like, dude, if you can't see through their bullshit at this point, there's no helping you. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Subscribe or like the video. Peace.